We left after the end of the third quarter.
They just let the, they let the clock run the fourth quarter. They just let it run. No, it was a good game, but the high school girls used to tell them, you know. Someone told us. Oh, no, so this side, and then this side, the high school. She's just gone down, it was fun down, that's all it was.
So that's when they pick up.
That's why she gets all these people to work for her and direct us to her because it's like, yeah, I'll make $100 going to do it.
Yeah, to pick up a lottie. Yeah.
With common equipment.
Yeah, not even using your own gas.
Yeah.
Sean, you check?
Okay.
But we're not hearing you on, why do I need to have the speakers set out on, or set at a lorry? Oh, you have to come up, I can't hear you.
The owl's not on. The owl's not on. I don't see his eyeball. We don't see him, guys.
Good point.
Oh, there he is.
All right, now try it again, Sean.
I think he's already on his way.
No, that's right.
Okay, 1 minute working.
It's just a show. Yeah, it's not.
Ruth, can you hear us? Yes, as long as they can hear us, we comply with our obligations.
So we're ready?
We're ready until we can go to comment.
We'll be 1 minute late.
It may have been because I had the video turned off.
Okay, because yeah, I can hear you guys.
I told you
fine.
this whole
Okay. Then it sounds like you're good to go. Okay, so you should be all good.
It's weird to see it.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome over here to the San Luis County Board of County Commissioners regular meeting agenda. Today is Tuesday, December 5th, 2023. It is now 9:01. Pardon the thing, we will speak office for a second. We're calling this meeting to order. Please rise for an invocation by Commissioner Luis.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to gather in your name to do the Lord's work in our county government. We also ask you, Lord, that we keep reminded of ourselves in this holiday spirit and Christmas season, and we all share the love and kindness with one another. May all of our families have love and joy to share with one another, and for those that don't, please keep them in your hearts and kindness, Lord. In your heavenly name we pray. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mr. Durant.
Commissioner Luis Lopez?
Here.
Commissioner Felix Lopez?
Here.
Commissioner Hess is absent.
And, Commissioner Coney has a personal issue to attend to, so approval of the agenda, Mr. Dorncamp, do we have any changes to the agenda?
No changes, Commissioner.
Okay, I'm going to be stepping down as the chair, so at this time I'm going to make a motion to approve the agenda as posted. Second?
Commissioner Luis Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Felix Lopez?
Yes. Thank you. Consideration of minutes, we have the minutes from November 7, 2023, the minutes from November 21st, 2023, and the minutes from November 30th, 2023. Thank you to all the personnel for sending those out to us. Much appreciated, Commissioner. Do you have any questions on those?
No questions, I make a motion to approve all three at one time, Chairman?
I second the motion.
Commissioner Felix Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Luis Lopez?
Yes.
Reading of correspondence, Commissioner Committee reports, Commissioner Luis Lopez, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Last week was quite a week. We started our CCI conferences Mondays. We were traveling, the three of us collectively, and entertained, as always, a lot of interesting sessions and meetings we had. Governor Pulse was also there, making some requests upon county governments. Moving forward with the implementation of tax relief. That was made by county governments, which is really far along. I'm not going into the weeds too far with that this time. I did enjoy my time over there with the CCI county commissioners, and also attended a couple of sessions with the Department of Human Services issues as well on their funding mechanisms and how we move forward with some of the changes that are happening regarding the federal level and SVP and other entities for DHS. They will travel back Wednesday evening and change vehicles with Commissioner Lopez and hit back on the highway Thursday morning for permanent passenger. So I did share that with my fellow commissioners in an email today, regarding the email. So a quick update with the retreat we had. We had the entire board, we were in Denver, Thursday and Friday, Front Range Rail, and we are at the point where we will be meeting with our consultants on where we're at, as far as the financial and some sort of hard numbers that are coming out to fruition. And the stations along the rail will remain located, positioning those. So those public engagements will be coming forward, we'll be doing that again through this upcoming year. And the possible ballot measure will be coming forward, if deemed relevant at that time. We're not sure if we have enough information for the voters to get a successful ballot measure put together, which is what we want to see to move forward. There's still a lot of hurdles to overcome regarding the coalition regarding the rail and substantiating the negotiations between the BNSF, the Union Pacific, Amtrak, and RTD. So, but all four those entities were at the conference, so it was great to see their participation as well. There's a lot of movement with the FRA at this time on funding mechanisms to move forward. So the opportune time is now. We won't know if we'll see that type of funding allowed through Congress in the next coming years. That can all change with the presidential election. So the board's having consensus that the opportune time is probably now. But however, we have the consultants to give us the information we need before we make the consensus and vote as a board to go into the ballot. It was a long weekend. I got home Friday afternoon and was glad to be home safe for travels. There were a lot of people on the highways, and I'm glad to be back. So I'm sure that's my report.
Thank you. Once again, yes, and I appreciate the CCI, very informative. We had an opportunity to meet with, we were joined by the governor, by the attorney general, and also by the secretary of state. One of the issues, once again, it was the special session and the challenges that counties are going to have to go through to figure out and what impact it's going to be. So without belaboring the point, one of the breakout sessions that we had, it was quite interesting. We met with Department of Ag. There was a group of us that attended this. Apparently in Denver, there is a proposed ballot initiative in the city asking voters to ban slaughterhouses within the city and county of Denver. So this is going to be on the ballot for 2024. The group behind the ballot question is Pro Animal Future Colorado. And their goal is to build a political movement to improve the welfare of animals, not just in Denver, but across the state of Colorado. According to their comments, there has been a real growing concern among the public about the suffering of animals in our food system. According to Aiden Kankyoku, the group's mission lead, their mission is, this measure is designed to give Denver voters a chance to say, you know what kind of world we're trying to create. So the ballot question comes on the heels of the United States Supreme Court decision to uphold California's Proposition 12, which requires peaks for large houses in spaces that allow for free movement. So at the end of this about an hour and a half discussion that we had, the Superior Slaughterhouse in Denver is the one, they hired this, a group of lobbyists to work with them. Because one of the underlining points they put up there, if it happens in Denver, it's gonna happen statewide, no more slaughterhouses. So there was a lot of chatter, and we had probably, I would imagine, the majority of rural counties at this breakout session, and I'm telling you, comments and opinions came from all over the place. And one of the questions that was asked, so what happens if they close it in Denver? Are they going to move it to some other place? And they said, no, absolutely not. Once it's closed, and it's gone. So this is a private enterprise business that resides within the Denver city and county of Denver. So it would be a loss of about 175 full-time jobs. And so the whole concept is that was so, it got so robust. People got animated. So the very next day, as Commissioner Lopez said, we met with, it was Friday, last Friday, we met with Kate Brimberg and the secretary, she's the Secretary of Ag. So we had a conversation with her as well. And then, of course, because she is a state employee, she cannot take a position on that. But she, in a sense, we started talking about the whole concept of the ramifications of eliminating slaughterhouses in Colorado. It's going to impact ag to the point of really incredible, where to the point is what would be the use for farmers to grow hay unless they sell it out of state. Now you're going to be incurring a lot more transportation costs and the whole thing. So it is, but this is coming from this particular group, and I think there is going to be opportunities for elected officials to make a couple of comments. We have a lot of the House reps and state senators that are actually saying that, they're generations and generations of cattle ranchers. This is going to be impacting the supply chain. In Los Angeles County alone, we produce between $40+ million of beef alone here in this particular county. So it's going to be a huge economic impact for the ag industry. Not to say that agriculture is the second largest industry in the state of Colorado. So I wanted to use my couple of minutes on that and put that out there, although that's going to be a Denver ballot only right now, and it's going to be on a presidential ballot. And so I have some demographics later on I'll share with you. We might post those online, but it was quite alarming to hear this. So, and I'm going to yield that time. That's so remember, it's Pro Animal Future of Colorado, and they're the ones gathering the signatures for this particular ballot to go on the ballot of 2024. And if it would pass, slaughterhouses would be banned in Denver starting in 2026. So I took quite a few notes on this issue, and certainly very, very alarming. So that would be my report as well. And I'm going to make an infomercial at this point in time. We have a public hearing at 10 a.m. Regardless of where we are in this particular meeting, we will stop that meeting and join the public hearing at 10 a.m. Promptly on time. So I'm going to ask for any elected officials, if you have any online, for any updates. I have a text message from Sheriff Navarrete. He doesn't have any updates. Anyone from County Assessor's Office? Anyone from the Clerk and Recorder's Office? Anyone from the Treasurer's Office? District Attorney? And Coroner. we're gonna move to the next section. Do we have anyone signed up for public comment, Mr. Dorothy? Anyone online? Public comment, 3 minutes? We don't have anyone online or here physically, so we're gonna move to the next section. We're gonna go all the way to section 9. 9A, consideration of Tyler's amended contract. Mr. Dorrington.
Commissioner, before you consideration of the Tyler immediate contract, and I will defer to Finance Director Coberly, Christy Coberly. She is much more attuned as to what this pertains to than I am.
When we did the agreement for our onboarding application, that's what this was, but since the onboarding, there's so many different glitches to where we haven't completed it yet. They're going to renew our contract instead of saying that it began April 5th, it'll begin January 31st, and I think they're gonna refund us, either refund or credit the money that we paid in April, so it'll apply to January of 2024. That's the new agreement.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what this is, because we've already paid up front and we have not got training, it hasn't worked properly. So Sean did bring that to their attention and they agreed to change the agreement.
Pro rata, that's,
Yes, so that's what this is.
very good.
Okay.
Any questions, Commissioner Lopez?
Any issues, Councilman?
No, I
Just for transparency, Tyler Technologies was at LACBCC December, and conversation was brought up regarding this issue, so they were aware of it. I wasn't aware of it, so I was kind of caught off guard. So I observed our staff saying for time considerations. I have no other questions than that.
Thank you. So, not having any other questions, I motion the approval and for Tyler Avenue contract.
I can
I
follow
make
it
a
too.
motion to approve the amended contract to Tyler.
I second that motion.
Commissioner Eastlake?
Yes.
Commissioner Eastlake?
Yes.
9B,
Consideration of project-related experience letter for Miller Design Build. Mr. Donovan.
Commissioner, before you for your consideration is the project-related experience letter that Millie has for the consider the approval of the letter as such, so they can use it for future projects that are similar to ours.
I want to say thank you to one of the messages. This is not a letter of recommendation, but a letter of our experiences. So I read the letter, and council actually had this one to me as well. And Mr. Lopez, any questions on that?
No, I concur with this is more of an evaluation of where we're at with our experience with this organization at this time, and so far so good. Hopefully, at the end of our processes with this organization, we'll be able to do exactly what was requested of us, but at this time, I think this is appropriate. Okay.
So,
I'll make a motion to approve the project-related expense of the Level Design Building.
I second that.
Commissioner Felix Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Eastlake?
Yes. Consideration of Prairie Stokes DBE program. Mr. Donovan.
Commissioner, before you for your consideration is the approval of our submittal to the FAA for our DBE program on Fairstoke. It's a updated program. Our consultants, Armstrong Consultants, who assist us out at Fairstoke Airport, have stated that this is part of the FAA's programs and policies. There are new, I should say, they are updating, FAA is updating its programs and policies almost continuously. And as a side note, this will be the airport's triennial 3-year disadvantage business enterprise policy goals. And it helps us better adhere to the FAA's requirements. They also created a webpage that will allow updated postings, any kind of changes within the FAA guidelines and policies. And actually linked that website off of our website, too. So anybody who is a DB company can find the latest the regulations and guidelines. So that's a word long-winded answer, or long-winded comment to the next this.
Any discussion, Commissioner Lopez?
I do appreciate this program. And being part of it, it is something that is necessary in small rural communities, especially when you have disadvantaged businesses believed to be a part of these organizations and available to have members. So with that said, I'll make a motion to approve the Fairsource TV program.
I second that motion.
Commissioner Luis Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Luis Lopez?
Yes.
9B, consideration of underfunded courts grant extension, either Finance Director Coverly or Mr. Dorrington.
I'll start with it and then Finance Director of course. Wishes to. Commissioners, we saw it and were awarded this underfunded grant last year. We'll be at the end of this year. And we've asked underfunded to allow us to extend that deadline until the end of 2024. It's necessary because a lot of verbiage that I added to this request. But in a nutshell, the HVAC system has taken us, and we knew it was going to take a long time with material shortages. And trying to go after a number of different sources of funding. It was going to take time to get the project started. The project is started, and as per my notes, we had to believe that if this grant is extended, but we're led to believe as part of that construction will actually start first quarter of 2024 on the HVAC system. And regarding the planning portion of it, which is for the county courts, we need an extension there because we basically don't get funding for it until midsummer. And they made a good RFQ to bring on an architect. We got that done. And we were ready. Our goal was to be ready to go after the funding grant, an additional grant that yourself and myself recently did a presentation for. But we were wanting to get this all in tune by the end of September, and then no fault of anybody's, but then the state courts decided it was an opportunity to revamp the entire county court with new electrical, audio, visual, even outside of the gym, and outside of the district court, putting up television screens, like whatever way of describing it, put up current dockets, et cetera, et cetera. So that had some timeline that was taken on the planning portion of this, but long way to say, that's the board to approve this extension of underfunded.
Is that additional 12 months, basically the entire year, based upon where the project currently sits? That should be sufficient unless we run into supply chain issues. And one of my concerns is going to be as well as the cost to acquire those materials. Hopefully, as time expires or not, so it moves on, but the cost is going to continue to increase.
The cost could potentially increase. I guess I'd be more concerned with the county court side of it, because materials have been ordered. Our consultants have told me that our materials have been ordered for the HVAC, because you folks approved that contract, I want to say the first part of November, the first week of November, so that gave them the go ahead. So the materials have been ordered, they should be locked in as far as the costs. The county courts we haven't even started, we haven't even bid it out yet, and that's to be coming anytime soon, which there may be some increases. As far as the deadline on this, our communications person underfunded, Audrey, I can't think of her last name, is the one who put that date in there, the end of next year, and I really didn't feel comfortable challenging that. I figured if we get to a point where we need to ask for a second extension, we'll talk with underfunded and Audrey and see if they want to.
Good, and we want to sincerely express our appreciation for an additional, just slightly over $500,000 that they awarded us. We received the documentation last week, so that was great.
It is.
We appreciate the support and also the extension, Commissioner Lopez.
You know, I agree regarding the extension. This is an opportunity for us to get to this Safe Street fruition and also the additional monies. And it's just a big thank you to the entire staff that we've been working on with this for the last 5-6 years for this beautification and stabilization of this county courthouse. It belongs to the people of Los Angeles County. And I'm just thankful to be part of this. So I can't wait to see it all in fruition. So with that said, Chairman, I will make the motion to approve the Everett Grant Support Decision.
I second the motion.
Commissioner Felix Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Luis?
Yes.
19, consideration of statewide Internet Portal Authority, SIPA agreement and authorizing an administrator to execute the agreement. Mr. Dorrington.
Commissioner, before you for consideration is an updated agreement with SIPA. They're the ones who host our website. It's a state agency. As a side note, as a comment, it isn't necessary to produce a website, but there's a whole lot more attractive web companies out there. Here's my but is using SIPA, we are adhering to all the latest ADA requirements and all the other requirements that have come to fruition recently from the legislature and from the federal side. I'm not saying it's necessary to use SIPA, then we don't have to worry about working with a web designer to try to get all that stuff into compliance. So I ask the board to approve this and also ask the board to allow myself to sign off on this agreement since this is the way we did it the last time.
So recently, we had the National Association of Counties Board met in Minnesota, which it happened Wednesday and Thursday of last week, and as we were coming out of CCI, I was able to join on the conversation via Zoom for this particular one, and apparently websites are becoming a big issue statewide, nationwide, as far as the accessibility, transparency, and so on. So thank you for doing this, and you're going through the right processes to meet all the standards that they have set before all government entities. So, much appreciated.
Will council have a chance to review this? Have any questions or concerns?
I reviewed no concerns.
Thank you, Council. Anything else, Chairman? With that, I will make the motion to approve the Colorado Statewide Internet Portal Authority Agreement and authorizing administrator to execute the agreement.
I second that motion.
Commissioner Felix Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Luis?
Yes.
Well, we'll go to section 10, this is going very quick. Financial matters, consideration of bills of payroll for the second half of November 2023. Finance Director Clover.
Let's see, bills paid on November 30th. I'm sorry. November 30th, $215,480.26. The other questions on the
Might as well, we got a lot of time, so we can take this one apart. I do have a question. In seriousness, the elections of the $11,135 for the election officers, judges, is that the payroll there?
Yeah, because there's 2 employees in there.
Okay.
That included all the judges and everything.
And have they concluded all of their responsibilities, so the payroll can nothing short for December?
I think so, I think.
And I'd like to thank them for doing so and being here and assisting in our election process.
He's all the same, but there's a little bit that's in the election judges. Yeah, there's a little bit on this next payroll.
Little bit.
Reconciliation is right.
Yes, it doesn't look like very much, but there's a little bit, I think it's probably finalizing everything.
Well, and again, a big thank you to our clerk recorder, Carrie Apple, in her office, and for being all this done appropriately, and our election officials for being there and assisting in the ministry's election.
invoicing on November 29th was $28,989.35. I didn't highlight anything, but if you have questions, that I might have missed something that you have a question on. Because everything else there is just normal billing.
No questions from me.
I have no questions.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve, bills payable for the second half of November 2023.
I second the motion.
Commissioner Felix Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Luis Lopez?
Yes.
And at this point in time, I do believe we have enough time to do executive session. Executive session, the board will meet under executive session under CRS 246402 4FI personnel matters not involving any specific employees who have requested a decision of the matter in open session, any member of this body or an elected official, for personnel policies that do not require the discussion of matters personnel of particular employees, any grant writer. So second.
Commissioner Felix Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Luis Lopez?
Yes. We'll be back at 10.